Hello guys, I am Yuta. I am a Challenger TFT player on EU West. I've been Challenger since set 7. Ever since then, I've hit Challenger every single set, around 1 to 1.5 KLP. And I am going with a 15.6 TFT patch rundown today. So let's begin. So let's go quickly over the last patch TFT, last TFT patch, right? So what was OP last patch? So Jinx was obviously like giga strong, mainly because of Gather First and Best Defense. And also the comp was just like good, right? Like it used Poppy, Cassante, Jinx, like all the good units. Mech was also really strong with Mech Pilot. If you could get Yone, you played Mech, really, really strong comp, especially if you have battle combats. Ari with Luden's Echo was probably like one of the most annoying comps to play against. We have Garen also. Garen, you could play it with Hero Augment and without Hero Augment. You could play it without and like with Innovating Locket into Yumi. It was really strong. And also you can play like the Hero Augment with Sojin, Giant, wait, not Giant Slayer, Titans and BT. And it's really, really strong, especially if you can like win streak early game. It's easy to top 2, top 3 with it. And obviously Kog'Maw, the star, right? You could just hit Kog'Maw 3, no matter if you contest it or not, because no, like the toggle thing is just too good, right? So especially with artifacts, Kog'Maw becomes like S tier, really S tier. Mm, we had Akali that came like later into the patch with the double Nashor. We had veteran Janna, which is pretty strong. Sorks, in my opinion, are like also really strong if played from a good spot. Same for Katarina with good power-ups like over 9000, weights, etc. Kayle was good only from a really good spot. Otherwise, I wouldn't play it. It's too risky. Hero Augments, Shen, Malphite Cannon, all good, especially if you get these two from uh, Protagonist. And then the other comps were just like mediocre, I guess, yeah. Okay, so the first thing we have is they just changed like every single item that had just flat AP in it or AD, or like every single like just like everything in the game basically just has like a percentage now. That's it. That's just like some cosmetic thing. And they removed Yone Galaxy, so the Artifact Galaxy, which is, in my opinion, really good. This was just a flip galaxy. Like you could get something broken and you're really set. If you get like something bad, it's just so rough because artifacts are not really balanced. Okay, so the first thing, the gray ones, honestly, you can ignore them. I added it into the slide, but it doesn't change anything. First buff we have to the BT, 5 AD more, 5 AP more. That's a good buff. Do I think it's gonna make the item really good? Not really, but I just feel like there's not many users of BT this set. Like maybe Volibear, like maybe Braum, maybe Lee Sin, but there's not many of them. But this buff is for sure nice. Then we have Spark. Spark is getting 10 MR and 100 HP more, but you lose a little bit of the zap damage. Okay, well, this is still a good buff because the 100 HP, 10 MR is for sure more valuable. Is it gonna make the item really good? I don't think so, but it's for sure gonna help a little bit, especially like Sorks. Radiant GA. Okay, Radiant GA was kind of a bad item. It didn't do that much. It's getting 10 AD and 10 AP more, if I'm correct. Yes, it is. That's also like a nice buff. I don't think the item will be great, but it's gonna be like somewhat better. Then we have Radiant BT. It's getting the same buff as normal BT, just 5 AP, 5 AD more. Good. And Nashor Tooth is getting 10 AS less. I don't think it's gonna change that much, but I guess good nerf. This item is really, really strong. Let's move on to the Radiance and artifacts. So we have Radiant Spark is getting really big buff. It's getting 300 HP buff, 30 MR, and 15 AP. I actually think this item might be really good now if you can get it. It looks really, really, really strong. Like it's a lot of base stats, especially early game. On like a Swain tree, I think this item is gonna be really, really strong. Then we have Blighting Jewel. Blighting Jewel is getting a weird change because when you're gonna be hitting someone with 0 MR, you're gonna get 3 mana instead of 2 mana. I have 2 mana here, but it's 3 mana, sorry. And instead you get 10 AP more. So is it a good, like, is it buff or is it nerf? I am not sure. Like, it's hard to tell. Oh no, actually, I have it good here. I don't know, I'm trolling. Yeah, it's like you lose 2 mana from 5 to 3, but you get 10 AP flat. I guess it's like worse on stuff like Malzahar, but it's better on like Yumi, I guess. We will see. I think the item will be still very bad. I think they just nerfed the item for like unit that have like the dot, and they buffed it for like regular users. Then we have Fishbone. Okay, Fishbones is actually getting a big nerf. The double range is removed, so you can't like snipe enemy backline with a Jin or with a Kaisa. So it's a big deal. But you get a lot of AD instead and attack speed. You get 20 AS and 30 AD. Is this a buff or a nerf? Well, depends. I think the item's gonna be better, like just like by itself, but it's just gonna cap way lower. Like you can't one shot randomly like the enemy carry from the other side of the map, right? So I think that's a healthy nerf. I think this was broken. I'm scared this item is gonna be bad, but maybe it's gonna be okay. We will have to see. I would say it's probably gonna be bad. Mittens 15 AS more, sure, good buff. Will it be good? I don't think so, but maybe. Talisman is getting 100 HP buff. Honestly, I think that's a meme. Like, this item will be still very bad. I would never pick it. Then we have Static Shift. I don't know if this is a change or not, because it went from 40% bonus AP to 40% holder AP. So it should be a buff, but I don't know why they would buff this item because it's already strong. Maybe it's just like a typo or something and this change didn't go through because I made this a few days ago. So some changes might have changed. I looked it up right now and I did cover everything, but maybe I slipped this one. I'm not sure. Downcore 5 AD, 5 AP less. I don't think it's gonna change anything. It's still gonna be very broken on Kog'Maw, Akali, and Katarina. Don't think it's gonna change much. And Luden's Echo removed. Honestly, I'm happy. I think this item was unhealthy. Like, it was really broken with Jin, with the fourth shot. It was really broken with the Ari. And other than that, it just felt underwhelming on everything, right? So I'm fine with it. We go to the traits. So Seven Crystal Gambit rewards 150% to 130%. So that's a big nerf. And then I honestly don't know why they nerf Seven CB because I just feel like this trait is pretty bad. And Ash is also really bad. I guess they are buffing Ash, but still, I'm not really sure about it. Then we have the stage 4 multiplier goes down from 2.0 to 1.85, which is fine because that's really broken on stage 4, so I'm happy with it. Then we go to the Star Guardian. So Star Guardian is getting nerfed on Zaya bonus and Jinx bonus. Zaya bonus is gonna go down by 10%, 10 flat, and it's gonna go down by 15 per stage. So that's quite a big nerf, but I'm not sure. That's actually quite a big nerf in the end. We will have to see. Jinx bonus is going down by 5% on takedown. So that's not that big of a nerf. That's like okay. Then we have Mighty Mech buffs on 5. 5 Mighty Mech, the mana is going down by 20. So that's actually a big buff. And you have like 10 starting mana more because you need 4 autos to cast instead of 5. But on 7 Mighty Mech, the third cast is dealing 480 AP instead of 600. So that's a big nerf because the third slam, when he like does the big, like the old Aatrox W, I think, or the old Aatrox E, I'm not sure, the cone damage, it did a lot of damage. Now it's like cut by a lot. Will it be like a big deal? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Then we have Soulfighter 6, Soulfighter 8, slight nerf on the HP. I don't know why they nerf it, to be honest. No idea. They just randomly nerf Soulfighter this patch, this set. Like there was that one patch where they nerfed Samira for no reason. She was useless for like entire patch. Now they nerf this. I am not sure why they do this. I actually don't know. Maybe Soul Fighters are OP on the PB or something. No idea, but I think it's really bad. And then we come to the diamond of the patch. So Monster Trainer no longer has unique bug rules. So finally, good job to the TFT team for doing this after I don't even know how long. But let's go. We are halfway the set, I think. They did it. Uh, so and then also the backside for Lulu is going from 18 to 22. So that's fine. That's like a little buff, but you can't like toggle anymore. So in the end, it's like a nerf. Should be red. We go to the champion. So Yasuo base spell is likely to hit the backline when other units are nearby, which is good because sometimes enemy Yasuo just one-shots my backline carry when there's like other units next to him. And I was like, okay, sure, I guess. So that's nice. GP base AD going up, armor and MR going up. I think that's a pretty big buff, and GP might see some play in next patch, especially if you get some good artifact like Navori or like Flickerblade, RFC. I think GP could be a good unit next patch. Ari overkill damage from 55% to 80%. I'm not sure. I think Ari 3 was not that good without Ludens, so I guess it makes sense, especially because Ludens is getting removed. Okay. Ramos is getting 100 HP base buff. On 3 star, almost 300 HP more. I mean, over 300 HP more. That's a big deal. And 10 max mana less. I think that's a good buff for Ramos. This unit was pretty bad. We will have to see. I think maybe some Mazar Ramos reroll might be a good thing next patch. Then we have Smolder. Smolder is getting okay buff, like 10% ish on 2 star and over 10% on 3 star. I think it's needed. The unit wasn't very good. We have Udyr. Udyr is getting 10 heal more on every level. With the Ash buffs, maybe Duelist will be back. I doubt it because I think Ash is still gonna be pretty bad in Duelist. Then we have Akali. Akali is getting nerfed. It's really small nerf. I think it's okay to just give her a small nerf because everything else is getting buffed. So I think it's fair they don't nerf her too hard because I don't think the unit was like necessarily super broken. She was just good into comps that like low roll, into comps that like have only backline units like Yumi, for example. It's a horrible matchup for Yumi. But Jinx could like actually beat Akali easily. Like, I think it's fine. Then we have Ash. Ash base AD is going up by 3 on 1 star, 4 on 2 star. I think that's okay. Don't think it's like a big buff, but it's okay. And then damage per hour is going up by 3 on 1 star and then by 9 on 2 star. I think that's pretty good. Maybe should be okay. Guys is getting buffed. 120 damage on 2 star with the spell. I think that's fine. Rise is pretty bad right now. You never carry him. And then we go to Lee Sin. Lee Sin is getting 5 armor, 5 MR more. That's pretty good. And then his mini cast with the Executioner Lee Sin will be. It will stun less, right? It will go by from 1.5 to 1 second. But the damage is going up from 325 to 375 and from 500 to 575. So that's actually a big buff to the damage. And the large stun goes from 1.5 to 2.5 seconds. I think this is a pretty big buff to Executioner Lee Sin. Juggernaut Lee Sin is also getting quite a nice buff because his single target damage will go from 525 to 800 on 1 star and from 800 to 1200 on 2 star. That's actually a big buff. Like, he's gonna literally one-shot people on when he's 2 star in the Juggernaut form. But his AoE is getting a little bit nerfed. I think that's a fair trade. Twisted Fate, the AD ability spell, damage goes from 200 to 230 and from 300 to 350 on 2 star. That's actually a nice buff. I think that's cool. I don't think TF was like OP or anything. And I think the legendary board is quite weak with the Bastion Zyra TF, so I'm down for that. Yon is getting small buff from 4.5 to 5% AS per auto. That's okay buff. I don't think it's like a great buff, but it's like okay buff. They're trying to make it up for like the 7 mech nerf, I think. Also, Yon is pretty bad as a unit. And then we go to Zyra. Okay, I'm really happy and excited about the Zyra buff because maybe Zyra will be a good carry finally in this set. So far she was pretty much only utility unit. her deadly spins, so her plants are dealing 10 damage more on 1 star and 15 more on 2 star. And the plant's AS goes from 0.9 to 1. That's a really nice buff. I'm really excited about it. I hope Zyra is gonna be good next patch. Okay, we go to the augments. So Cannon's hero augments getting nerfed, deservedly. So he's gonna deal 30 damage less with his spell. That's fine. I think that's fair. Then they changed the Mighty Mech augment. It's just gonna give less stats, I guess. But the Prismatic is also gonna proc differently. You need to reach level 10 and you need to have 14 star levels. So you need to have 2 star everything, I think, right? I mean, that's a nerf in general, I would say. Maybe I don't understand something, but just like looking at it, it's a nerf. Aura farming, losing an item, that's also a big nerf. You're gonna lose a full item. You can still get the legendary 2 star, which is a big deal, but I think this augment is gonna drop in popularity like by a lot. Then we have the two durability augments. I forgot their name. They are so bad. Big Friend, I think. From 7% to 9% and from 10% to 12% silver and gold. I think the augment will be still pretty bad, but it's something, right? Blood Rage is getting buffed. It's gonna cap lower. It's not gonna cap anymore at 35 damage amp. It's gonna cap at 30, but you start with 12% instead of 5%. So it is a buff for like range units. And in general, it's gonna be a buff overall, like no matter what, right? So I'm happy about it. Maybe it's gonna be takeable now on some units. Then we have Keepers. Keepers are getting a nerf. It's gonna be 15 health less per adjacent ally. I don't know why I have it green right now, but it's a nerf. Same for Keepers too. 20 shield less per adjacent ally. Then we have Know Your Enemy. It's getting buffed by 3% when you fight someone with the same trait active. I think that's a good buff. 18% sounds like a good thing. I'm happy about it. I think the augment was okay. Nothing crazy, but now it's gonna be pretty good. I'm happy about it. Protagonist is gonna get big nerf actually. You're gonna get the first copy of the unit after 3 turns. That's actually a really big nerf because your early game tempo is gonna be way lower. And then also you get it way later, the 3 star. So your stage 2 and 3 are gonna be way slower. You can't like win rounds anymore, like as many rounds anymore. You can't streak anymore. I think that's a big nerf. Loki, I think this might be unplayable augment next turn. I mean next turn, next patch, because also Cannon is getting nerfed. And Zack is really bad. Pumping up, 2 AS more flat and 4 AS more flat on gold and prismatic. That's pretty good. Will it make it a good augment? I don't think so, but it's for sure something. Tiny Team, I think, is getting killed from 150% bonus increase to 100% bonus increase. With the Jinx and with the Zaya bonuses nerf as well, I think this augment will be really bad. Maybe in some other variation of Starwire, maybe it would be fine. Maybe like Rel Syndra reroll with Ari. But Jinx, Zaya, I think the augment will be bad. Or way worse, I guess. And then this prismatic is getting changed. Just different items from Deadcap Morello and Rod to Nashor, JG, and a Rod. Not sure. I almost never took this augment. I think it's fine. And then the last two nerfs. Given the chair, I think that's a big nerf. That's like 20% nerf almost. So yeah, I am not sure. I mean, it's like a 20% nerf on 3 star. And then same for Shen, 30 AP, 30% AP less on 3 star. I think that's a big nerf for both of these. We will have to see. Shen was really good. Maybe he will be still good, but Mundo was like losing like the hype from the set from like 2 patches before. So I don't know if they had to nerf this. I think Mundo maybe like a slight nerf, like to 270, 265, but 225 sounds like dead augment. And Shen, maybe it should be more like 150, 155. Uh, but yeah, we will have to see. I think both opens are gonna be pretty bad. Actually, Shen is gonna be okay. Okay, so we go to power-ups. Power-ups, it's gonna be easier to stack adaptive skin. It's gonna give it's gonna give more armor per stack. It's gonna be from 1 to 3. So that's a good thing because like usually took it against like AP comps because you were stacking AP like MR really fast, but the armor stacking was really slow. So this is a nice buff. All out 5% AD more. Not sure to think about it. I think it's a fine buff, but we will have to see. Don't think it's gonna be played though. Best defense nerf from 175% to 140. That's a good thing. This power up was giga broken. I think it's still gonna be really good. And Kobuka and Poppy are still gonna take it and be happy. And yeah, I think it's still gonna one shot your frontline. So yeah. Blink attack 25% more damage per auto that when you like proc it. So that's a good buff. Will it do a lot? I just don't see like a unit that would like to use this. Maybe like Katarina or something, but even her, I don't think you really want it. Double strike, 5% more chance to get a double strike procced. I think that's a good change. I think that's pretty nice. It was 20, I think, at some point. Now it's 30. So yeah, I think that's a good buff. It will be pretty played on some units like Zaya and stuff. Final is flat amp by 3% more. That's also good. I think this power up has potential, especially if you're like in the top 4. Gather Force 5% less, like 5% of the mana spent less that you convert into AD. That's a good nerf. Is it enough? Not sure. I think if they nerfed it more, maybe it would be bad. Because it's primarily only on Jinx, right? So it's hard to balance it. It's like basically balancing on Jinx. Is 40% okay? I think it's fine. With the best defense nerfs and the bonuses, I think it's fine. Max Vitality, additional HP from 12 to 20, good. Not done yet, 8 deaths to 6, good. Sky Piercer damage amp, Sky Piercer increase damage against the units that are like shredded and stuff from 8 to 5%. Good nerf, I think this power up is really good. It's like really safe, it's always pretty good. Star Sailor from 25 increase of the bonuses to 35, 33. I think this is like whatever. Like I don't think anyone plays this ever. Tiny Terror, it's gonna proc at 70% HP now instead of 50. I think that's also a good buff. Yeah, it sounds good. We'll see. I think it still won't be really played, but maybe. Then we have Unflinching, 10 Omnivamp more. That's a good buff. Veteran, you lose a little bit of AD and AP, but it's a primary thing now. So if you use it on Janna and Kalista, Zaya, all these units, Katarina, is gonna appear way more often. So I guess that's a buff, but you lose a little bit of AD and AP. I think that's a totally fine change. Weights is getting 10 IS less when you stack it. Honestly, okay. I think power up is still really good when it's like when it fits right. Shine Brighter, so this is the Lux power up. Bonus damage from 20 to 30%. That sounds fine. Maybe Lux will be played. We will see. And then we have the Star Student power up change, so it's gonna just appear way less often basically. That's it. And then they removed some power ups on some units. You can read it. I'm not gonna go over it. And then we have a lot of new power ups. To be honest, I haven't read them, so I'm gonna do it for the first time now. So we have the 2x contender. Vi, Ari, Darius, Asio, Jinx, Braum, and Echo gain 4% damage amp and 2% durability for each unique copy fielded. This unit gains 75% more. Champions, secondary, Vi, Ari, Darius, Asio, Jinx, Braum, Echo. Okay, so this is basically all the 2x KO units that are like in the game. So basically, if you use it on a unit, the unit and all the other units gain damage amp and durability for each copy fielded, and then the unit used power up on gets 75% more. Honestly, sounds good. I just don't feel like it's gonna be like something really played. Also, when I look at these units, I don't really know how you should fix, like, play them together. Sounds pretty bad, honestly. Then we have 2x KO. After 2 takedowns, stun enemies within 2 hexes for 2 seconds and gain 35% damage arm for the rest of the combat. Champions, primary. Nafiri, Jace, Darius, Volibear, Braum. Uh, hmm. If you can get 2 takedowns really quick, it sounds really good. But mm, it it's okay. It sounds okay. It's for sure playable, I think. Atem 37. Echo spell prioritizes the closest enemy, but he heals 20% max health on cast and deals 6% more magic damage each time his spell hits the target. Okay, so he basically is gonna like. This is gonna be really good if you wanna kill a really big motherfucker on the front line, right? Uh, that's a good power up. It's a good power up, I think. If you're gonna have like Echo and Prodigy and you wanna kill like a big front line in front of you, I think it's fine. I mean, maybe in Prodigy not so much because Yumi is good at it, and you kind of want Frodo Lone on Yumi anyway. But maybe in like a strategist or Sork Echo, this is gonna be good. Oh, for sure in Sork Echo, this will be good. Corner carry, gain 30%, well, 30% AS at 75 and 25% health. Dash to the safest position and gain infinite range. Okay, so this is really good against like Akali, Katarina, and stuff like this. Uh, 30 AS flat is also an okay stat. Just depends where you dash to the safest place. But because I remember Kaisa from one set, I think it was set 10, she also dashed in the safe position and she was fucked. So hard to tell where the units will dash, but it sounds okay. Just power up if there's Akali players, Katrina players in the lobby. Denting blows. Vice spell no shields instead of heals, but increased by 25%. When it occurs, Vi quickly strikes 4 times each hit, reducing the target's resist by 5. So you're gonna heal instead of shield, and you reduce the resistance by 5. I don't know. Maybe if you play Vi frontline, and maybe with some kind of like specific itemization or artifact might be good. Double down. Gain 18% damage amp when the unit casts. Your other powered unit gains 20% of the mana spent. Honestly, that sounds pretty good. I think like on a Janna it sounds really good, but the thing is, you want veteran on Janna. I was thinking Janna Kopuko, but the thing is you can't have 2 power-ups on Janna, so maybe on Ari sounds good. Like Ari Nico and you just double down cut Ari. Maybe. Fiery Break. Gain 25 AS when your other power-up unit dies, gain a burst of 300 attack speed. That decays over 4 seconds. If you die first, give them burst instead. Sounds bad. Not gonna lie. Just sounds bad. For 4 seconds, 300 AS. Maybe. Maybe. But sounds bad. Honestly, not gonna lie. Noxious Trap. Oh, Noxious Trap, sorry. Damage you deal burns, wounds, 20% shreds, and sunders enemies for 4 seconds. So it's basic like Sky Piercer, but it also has wound and yeah, just basic as wound. But it's less shred. I think Sky Piercer is 30%. This is 20%, and you don't get the 5% amp. Okay. I guess if you don't have anti heal, if you don't have MR and you don't have armor pen, it's good. Um, Quick tag. On death, spawn a unit of the same role with the same number of items. This unit is 1 cost lower and has 50% reduced health. Champions Yasuo, Darius, Braum. So I guess if you have like Braum 2 with 3 items, you can just like play him. And then when he dies, you can get like a Volibear 2 or Lona 2 with 3 items. It sounds good. I don't know if it's like that good, but it sounds okay. Rocket Grab. At the start of combat, gain a 20% health shield for 4 seconds. When the target dies, pull the next target into melee range and regain shield. Mm, I mean, it sounds good. Sounds good. Maybe it's gonna be good. Stack time. Braum casts also throw 5 boros at random enemies. Each deals 20% of Braum's base AD as physical damage. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Sounds pretty good. I mean, Braum doesn't really have good power-ups, so maybe there's gonna be something you wanna play on him. Stalking Dart. Every 10 mana, Ari gains fires a Foxfire towards her target, dealing 5% of her spell's damage as magic damage. Honestly, if you have RE3, this sounds honestly good. That's quite a lot of damage, because her damage does a lot of damage, so 5% of it is actually a lot. Every 10 mana, I like it. I think it's pretty good. Super Mega Jinx. Jinx gains 20% AD. Every third cast is twice as big and splits 50% more damage among enemies. Low-key, this could be Jinx's new best hero augment, or like power-up. We'll have to wait and see. Tentacle Smash. After 4 seconds, stun enemies within 3 hexes for 1 second. Repeat every 9 seconds. So it's basically like a Tankzilla, but for the units around, and it happens earlier into the fight, and then every like after 4 seconds and every 9 seconds. So like you get 2 stuns instead of 1, like with Tankzilla. But I think the duration is lower of the stun, and it's only like the units around within 3 hexes. Uh, I don't know. Doesn't sound that good. It sounds like worse Tankzilla, honestly. Windwall. Yasuo gains 60% crit chance and takes 15 reduced damage from non-adjacent enemies. It sounds OP, but not OP at the same time. We'll have to wait and see. But it's for sure something that could be good. Okay, and then we go to the tier list. My prediction. This tier list was made before I saw Ludens getting removed and before I saw the Shen nerf. And before the mech changes. So now, after like I saw these changes, I would honestly just put all the S comps probably in A, and I would put Shen maybe in B tier, probably Shen B tier, and then Ari, Kog'Maw, and Jarvan I would put in A tier. And I have like Ramos on here because I think Ramos Malzahar with the Ramos buffs might be really strong. I think Smolder is gonna rise up. I think the Fast 9 board is gonna become really strong with the Zyra TF buffs and some power up changes and buffs. Um, Other than that, maybe Mundo goes even lower than B. I think B is fine, or C, depends. Crystal Gambit, I have C here. Maybe it should be B tier. Varus, I think maybe also B tier. Prodigy, maybe A tier. Don't think so. Irais, I would say B. Ashe, I would say B. Jinx could be lower than this, honestly. We'll have to see. Maybe Jinx is gonna be B tier. Garen is still gonna be really, really strong. I think Jay Skating is gonna be strong. Akai is still gonna be strong. Maybe a bit lower though because of the new power up that can like allow your carry to be safe against her. And then I have like Udyr here, which is like Duelist Ashe, I think, and this is Juggernaut Ashe. I think the Duelist Udyr, it's not A tier, it's B tier. I don't know why it's an A tier. So yeah, that's like my predictions for the next patch. And then we have bug fixes. You can't augment Tyler anymore onto one. Good change. I'm really happy about it. And then best friends will just show the thing more. Like you will see that it's like best friend that I guess. Some SFX for Ramos are getting removed or changed. Oh, this is a big change. You can't get a Vampiric Scepter anymore from Crystal Gambit Reward. Finally, good job. Bremervest. Uh, Bremervest is getting some changes. That's it, actually. That's it. Okay, so that was the patch rundown. Uh, I'm actually really excited about this patch. I think a lot of things that were like really broken this patch are getting nerfed. Some comms that were really bad are getting buffed. I'm really excited. It looks like a really good patch. Some power ups that were broken are getting nerfed. Some other ones that are bad are getting buffed. No more power font jinx, yay. So I think the patch looks really good on paper. I hope it's gonna be good. I'll be playing probably the Polish Championship tournament on this patch if I make it there, which I hope I will. So I'm happy because the patch looks good on paper right now. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow when it comes out live. So thank you guys for watching this patch rundown with me, and I hope I will see you soon on my Twitch or maybe on YouTube, uh, maybe on Twitter, who knows. Okay, so thank you guys and see you and have a good day.